what are the important fields and field values, what are the impact or influence of these fields in SAP, and what are the important transactions, and how the business flow, okay, and how after the master data, how the demand, how we are arriving the demand quantities, and what are the different methods involved into that. And after the planning, we are once the plan is there, demand plan is there, demand quantities are there, then how we are going to execute that one, how we are going to create the orders again to that demand. All these things covers in that PP model actually. Okay, if you see, just I'm giving that topics overview for your understanding. Actually, in production planning, S4HANA, we are having, as I mentioned, overview. We will explain about the overview of production planning and the overview of supply chain planning, because as I mentioned, planning also coming under PP, production planning. So we are a little bit focused into supply chain planning also, and what are the prerequisites for the production planning, and what are the important master data for our manufacturing or production part, and how we are creating this master data. All these things we will explain in detail about that one. And after covering these basic things, then we will go into the demand planning. Demand planning, actually, as I mentioned, the demand planning is nothing but how we are arriving the quantity, what are the different tools, what are the different transactions we use for creating this demand quantities, and how the demand creation techniques are used in SAP, and how it influences into our production shop floor. And in addition to that, we will explain about the different scenarios. What are the different scenarios used for that one? For example, make to stock, make to order, how these make to stock and make to order and different planning strategies used to create the demand program. Okay, that one we will explain about that. And in addition to that one, we are having different small techniques. For example, what are the different requirement types, what are the different requirement classes, how these fields are different informations required to create the demand program, and what is net requirement calculation, what are the different requirement types, what are the different receipt types, how the connection between requirement and receipt, how the requirement is satisfied with the new receipts. If there is a shortage, how the system has to behave. All the things will come into this planning part. Okay. In after that, as I told, planning side, we are having material planning and resource planning. What are the different materials required, what are the different raw materials required, and how it is used for planning the resource. For example, what are the different machines required, what are the different capacities required. All the things we will cover into that demand program. Okay. And in SAP, we are having a concept called MRP. MRP is nothing but material requirement planning. Once the basic...
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you're saying overview, is it just the concept that you're going to explain, or will we look into the actual configuration?
We will explain all the configurations as well in our training sessions. I will explain how to create these master data, how to create the demand program, how to create the orders, what are the different configurations required for this PP. I will explain everything.
Okay.
Not only,
and one more,
not only concepts.
Will this training help me if I have to do certification? Then can I, like after end of this training, will I be able to do the certification with this knowledge?
Definitely. Actually, in our training session, we will cover all the topics which are required for a production planning. If you want to be a consultant, it will give complete understanding about the system. Okay, because I will explain the configurations as well. What are the important configurations you have to do if you want to be a consultant in a project. Okay, and if you want to do certification, these concepts, the understanding of these concepts will help you. Because if you want to do the certification after this training session, if you have to educate yourself with this training session and topics as well. Okay, so we will cover all the topics which are required to do certification. It will help you to, if you want to work in a project, it will help you to understand how the project work is in the real-time projects. Okay.
Yeah, one more question. So when you're saying like we will learn how to create master data, will you take up like one small assignment or create one small project, and we will learn all these things in context of implementing that little project, or just like, you know, taking some random things and
Okay, actually, from a training perspective, my intention is you should understand all the topics, all the concepts, right? So first I will explain all the things which are required for you to understand the PP model. Okay, once you are very clear about that, then I will give you small assignments. For example, you can create I will explain everything. I will teach each and every field, every transactions. Once you are familiar, end of the session, you can create complete cycle. I will explain you one complete cycle from A to Z. I will explain complete cycle. Then you can easily understand what are the things are required for you to work in a project or do certification.
okay. So will you provide the training material, or will you
The
just
training material will be provided to you.
okay, so like PDFs?
Yes, you can, and moreover, I hope end of the session you will be very much confident about this subject. That assurance I can give you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this and as I mentioned, after the planning is completed, then we will explain about the execution part. Okay, for example, how orders are created, what are the basic requirements for creating order, how we can convert a demand to order. All the things will be there in the execution side. And in shop floor production also, we are having production discrete. That is in terminology you have to understand discrete and repetitive, process order, different scenarios based on the industry type we are having. So these things will be covered. And in addition to that, I will explain about basic introduction about the advanced planning part. Advanced planning is also very much close now. It is integrated in S4. So I will explain about that advanced planning, APO, basic introductions and other stuff you have to understand from planning perspective. So I will give some overview about APO part, but not in depth, because our main focus is into PP, production planning. So you can understand advanced planning also as a overview. Okay, these are the topics we are going to cover in our entire training session. Okay, Lena. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So these are the topics we are going to cover our in our training session in coming
Yes.
days. Yeah. Okay. And this is you are very new to SAP. You can understand how and different modules integrated in a SAP system. And production planning is also one of the core module in SAP. In addition to that, we are having different different models like finance, sales and distribution, metal management, quality management, HR, different things are there. Production planning is one of the core model for production industries. Okay, and it is integrated with production planning is integrated with sales and distribution, procurement, quality management. So we are having some integration points where this data flow is connected to each other. And okay, so we are having different industry type. As I mentioned, we are based on the industry type, we are having different scenarios, whether this is made to order or made to stock or assembly to order, repetitive manufacturing, process industries. So different things are there based on the industry we are having, or we are choosing which technique we have to do. And okay, this is like a demand management. Demand management is nothing but the requirements. Okay, how the requirements are created, or how the requirement quantities are arrived. It may be from customer, or it may be from our own. That is called planned independent requirement. How these demands are coming into the system, and how we have to react to the demand based on that priority. We are arriving these demand programs, and end of the demand program, we have to create orders against to that demand quantity, which is coming under material requirement planning, MRP. Okay, and actually this is more technical, how the system is creating orders against to the demand quantity. For example, if we are buying the product from external suppliers, we have to create purchase orders. When we are doing in our own, then it is like a in-house production, then we will create orders. So based on the type of the material, whether we are buying from outside or whether we are producing inside, based on that, the different order types will be created, whether it is a production order, a planned order, production order, or it may be a purchase order. These things are based on the procurement method of the component or material. And for this MRP logic, different techniques or different strategies are used. Different factors are influencing this entire MRP program. What is the quantity we have to create? What are the components required? What is the operations or production operations involved into that? What is the basic quantities? How the orders quantities are getting created? These things are influencing this entire logic, material requirement planning program, entire program. And here, as I mentioned, based on the procurement, we are creating purchase orders or production orders, other stuff. It is giving the basic process flow for that one. And yeah, this is the different machines. What are the different machines required for doing or creating that production order? And this is the repetitive manufacturing and different make to order, make to stock scenarios. And we will cover about the production order. When we are creating the production order, what are the different stages involved into that production order? For example, when we are creating the order, what is the quantity and which machine we are going to create that, and when we are releasing the order, when we are settling that order, when we are converting, when we are doing goods movement against the order, all these things will be covered in the production order cycle. Okay, and this is the overview about supply chain. As I mentioned, in after completing that entire production planning, we will explain about the advanced planning part also for supply chain solutions. Yeah, what are the different modules or tools required for advanced planning part. I will give some overview about this PPDS, EPPDS part. Okay, here comparing to production planning, advanced planning, EPPDS is having further additional advantages or additional features. We will see how these things are there. Okay, because as it is a two different systems, we are having some more informations. It will be covered in advanced planning part as a overview. Okay, these things are covered. For example, how the data is transferred for from ECC, that is S4HANA to PPDS. These things I will explain you. as an overview. Okay. These are the different strategies in the material requirement planning, as I told. Based on different strategies, the entire demand program is designed based on the strategies. How the requirements and receipts conception is there in the system, and different. This is like a capacity planning, how the resource or work center planning is happening. These things are there, and different parameters. Okay. This is the orders, how the orders are created in the system, and how it is seen in the capacity planning board in advanced planning. Okay. So okay, so this is like more into the production planning part, but we will explain in depth about the production orders and other stuff. Okay. These are the different techniques. Okay. So comparing to our ECC, what are the additional advantages in advanced planning? These things will also be there. So in our training session, from master data creation till the order release, and how the goods movement is happening, all the things will be covered. Lina, any questions?
Will you cover any cross-functional topics as well, like PPQM?
Yeah, as I told, the integration part we will tell, but not in depth, because our main focus will be in production planning. But first slide itself, I told you, correct? If you see the first slide, I explain about that integration part. Okay, so we will explain about that integrations. For example, if you see what are the integrations we are having with the PP, I will give some introduction. For example, how it is connected with the SD, how MM is influencing, how QM is influencing. Okay, we will because our intention or our main focus will be into production planning. But in addition to that, we are having some integration points, right? How it is connected and how the data is influencing. These things we will speak.
Okay.
Okay. But what assurance I can give you is, end of the session, you will be very much familiar with the topics and master data and configuration side, other things. I can give complete overview in the system.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is the thing what we are going to cover in coming days. We can plan our training sessions accordingly.
Will they be around this time, same time?
We will confirm the time and other things, Lena, which is suitable for both of us. Which time will be convenient for you?
Yeah, I mean, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is better.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday is better. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
this time, like Friday, this time is fine, but Saturday it can be like my morning. So I'm in Philadelphia.
where you are in?
Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, fine. We will check, and we will come to a common understanding about the timing. But we will start Friday, Saturday, Sunday is okay for me as well. Timing we can confirm with the training. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, super. So all the very best. We can meet soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, we are ready.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Yes. So today is the first session, and yeah, as we had discussed in the demo, what are the content in production planning? We discussed in the demo part. Just to give some brief, idea about the course content from production planning point of view. Actually, we are having master data which are required for production planning, and how the demand management we have to monitor the demands and how the demands are getting calculated, and what are the net requirement calculation processes for determining the demands. And then we are having a material requirement planning, that is MRP. And then we will have execution part, production execution part. This is the overall content of production planning model, SAP PP model. So to start with, we will go one by one. We are having material master, we are having bill of material, we are having work centers, routing, and production version. These are the basic master data which are required for PP. And then actually, in addition to that, or you know you may have some basic idea about PP and SAP, but from a training perspective, it is my responsibility to give you some brief introduction about the basic need for a SAP PP model. For example, enterprise structure. Enterprise structure is the starting point of all our correct SAP design for each model. From production planning point of view, what are the important elements required for that? That is the starting point. In addition to that, factory calendar. Factory calendar is very much important, and it is very much required for PP, because available capacity for work centers and plant, these things are based on the factory calendar setup. How many days we are working for a week, how many hours we are working for a day. These things are based on the available capacity, correct? So to design our working capacity, factory calendar is one of the important element we have to configure in SPRO. So in our training sessions, as I told in our demo, we will have both all the master data and other stuff. In addition to this, I will explain about SPRO configuration part also. Each and every topic, what are the configurations we have to do, and how the data is getting populated into our screens and fields and field values. All other things I will explain one by one. Okay, I expect it should be a interactive sessions. So you ask me any questions, you stop me if you are not clear, and we will have one-to-one discussions in each and every topic. If you have any questions, I am very much open for a interactive session. Okay, so that it will give you a better understanding about the subject. Is it okay, Manish and Sanjay?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So I will share my screen so that we can have. Okay. So just to reconfirm, what about your experience in SAP? This is the first introduction to the screens, or do you have any exposure? Just to reconfirm, both Manish and Sanjay.
Actually, I have just 6 months of experience, so
Mm,
I'm not
yeah.
very much uh, known to SP system. So
Okay. Okay.
the
Okay.
basics I
What
know.
about? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No problem. No problem. And what about Sanjay?
Yeah, I have actually uh, in as a user I have experience, and also I have connected one of the SAP project also. So
Mm-hmm.
I know a bit the ECC, I think not HANA, but
Okay.
to some extent
Okay.
on the PP side. Actually. Yeah,
Okay.
the
Okay. No
structure.
problem, Sanjay. Yeah. No
Yeah.
problem, Sanjay. Okay, I will explain all the things which are required for a PP consultant. No problem in this. Okay, so this is the SAP screen. Otherwise, you can just imagine it like a front end. Okay, so we are having different folders. So all the transactions are stored in folders. This SAP is segregated into different models based on the functionality. In the demo session itself, I told you, based on you imagine the whole factory. In the factory, we are having different departments, correct? We are having production department, we are having plant maintenance department, we need a procurement department, sales department, this one finance department. Different departments are there in the factory. SAP is an enterprise solution, correct? So factory departments are mapped into different models in SAP. So production planning, both production, that is execution part, and planning, what are the things we have to produce, all the things are covered in the planning part. So these things are coming under logistics. Okay, logistics, it covers all the procurement, production, plant maintenance, quality management. These things are coming under logistics in general. Okay, so in this SAP menu, most of our transactions are in this part, in this folders, logistics. So especially for PP, all the things are covered in production. Okay, production folder, you can see all our transactions. So yes, in SAP, all the screens are having its own transaction code, T code, otherwise transaction code. The transaction code is having some meaningful notations. For example, material master, correct? Material master. So this is all the material master related transactions are in MM01, MM02, MM03, correct? So bill of material is nothing but structure of components. What are the components required for that, correct? What are structure of component? So you can just imagine this is stored in CS01, CS02. Okay, so work center is nothing but capacity, resource capacity. Resource is nothing but a machine or the resource, human resource or machine resource, person or machine. So this is stored in CR, capacity of resource, CR0102. So okay, so all the transactions are having some internal meaning. Some logical connections are there for each transaction code. So when you are practicing, you will get these informations, and you will use to remember these notations. Okay, how this is created. So this is stored in transactions. And backend, otherwise it is stored in SPRO. It is configuration. This is configurations or IMG settings. This is stored in SPRO. Okay, this is a customizing work list or configurations. Clear? So this is backend, just for your imaginations. This is like a backend, and SAP menu is a front end. You can imagine in this way. So when we want to pull the data, when we want to design our SAP model, we have to do some basic settings, configurations or customizings using this SPRO. Clear? Clear? Any
Yes.
questions?
Yeah.
Any questions?
SPR,
So SPRO, SAP customizing guide, implementation guide. Okay, SPRO. Clear? So we have to do some configurations and settings in SPRO first. It is like a skeleton. You have to design your skeleton. Based on that skeleton, you can mold your business need. Okay, basically in all projects, enterprise structure configuration is the first part. This is the first activity. As I told, SAP is a enterprise solution, so all people will work together. All people in the sense, it may be different departments. It may be different departments. So all people, they have to tell about their own department when you are creating the enterprise structure. For example, finance people will tell what is the company name, what is the company code, what is the controlling area, and production part, we will tell what is the plant and what are the storage locations, and MM part will well, procurement people will tell what is the purchase organization, what is the purchasing units, and the sales people will tell what is the sales organizations, and what is the distribution centers, all these things. And plant maintenance people will tell their units, what is a plant maintenance plant and other stuff. Okay, so each and every people will tell about their department informations. So the enterprise structure will be designed based on their inputs. Okay, each and every people, they have to design their own based on the business inputs. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so this is one information. And in SAP environment, when you are working in SAP or when you are working in a projects, there are two type of classifications you can imagine. One is new projects, that is a brand new implementation. Okay, you are going to do some implementation. That means already the plant or the factory is not having any SAP systems. You are going to implement that one. This is called project implementation. Okay, and second one is support is nothing but already implemented. Some SAP partners, they have already implemented SAP in that factory. They have trained the people inside, and after some time they will give or hand over it to the support team will do some support issues, for example day-to-day issues, daily problems they have to solve, any issues or any new additions to the existing data. So support activity will be there once this is implemented. So there are two things in SAP. One is implementation, another one is support. Implementation project or support project. Implementation project is like a you have to do everything from the scratch, everything from the scratch. So you have to create, you have to map the business current business need to SAP system, because in SAP we are having some different naming convention or naming new that name or the word what we are telling uh, about the business language will be different, SAP language will be different. So you have to explain to the business people. For example, when we are telling about um, a product we are telling as a product or SKU, something like that we will tell in SAP. Okay, but in real time the word the word will be different. They will tell component, they will tell material, something. So we have to understand and we have to explain about the SAP words, SAP descriptions, SAP language to the business. Okay, that is first important thing. And once all the things are okay, then we have to get the information from them to map their business to SAP, to map their business, to map their business units to SAP. These things are basics. Okay, so that is first thing. Once you collect the data for designing that enterprise structure, the skeleton is ready. Then now you have to include all this master data. What are the each and every department or each and every model will have different master data. So you have to collect the master data as per SAP requirements, SAP design. Okay, these things are very much critical in the project implementation. Okay, but at the same time, when the project is completely implemented, everything is running success, then the support team will come into picture. Support team will do some support. For example, if the business want to include new materials, if the business want to include some planner name, if there is some problem in the planning, run, they will come and complain through tickets, that is called incidents. So we have to take care of that one. And if they want, if they are having some problem, or if there is no production order or planned order or something, then we have to check and tell them. These things are in support activity. So just I am explaining what are the things are there before starting into a project. What are things you have to understand, basic things. When you are working in SAP environment, these things are very basics you have to know. Okay, fine. Any questions?
Yeah, Suresh, I have one question. Like in all this, like implementing a project, like what role does a consultant has to play? Like he's only he's only role is to like gather the requirement, and as you said, the prepare the skeleton and then provide it to like the coding team, because
Okay, okay. Actually, this is Sanjay, correct?
no, Manish.
Manish. Okay, Manish. Manish, actually, there are different phases in the project. Okay. First phase is we have to make the business people to understand what is SAP and what are the things are there in SAP, and how we have to map the process into SAP. Okay. That is user trainings. User trainings. We have to give, actually in the project, in one is consultants from a consulting company. One part, one team will be there. They are called consultants. Okay, and another part, it is from business. In business, they will deploy some people specific to this project. That is called core team. Core team. From business, core team will be there. And once the projects are implemented, then end users will be there. End users will perform few transactions, day to day transactions which they are working. This is end users. Core team is the major or critical from the business side. They will explain to us, to the consultants, what is their business and what are the processes they are doing. For example, uh, purchase order. Okay, in purchase order is one of the important transaction from procurement side. So he will tell how they are creating the purchase order, what are the important, what are the fields, what are the fields are there in the current purchase order. These things they will explain. But as a consultant, it is our role to explain them how it is mapped into SAP. Sometimes we have to tune them as per SAP. We have to explain them, no, no, this is wrong. In SAP, we have to use this type of transactions, this type of reports, which will give better use for you. It will give some better improvements into your process. All the things we have to give all these informations and inputs. We have to train them. This is our major role. And SAP consultants, there are two things in SAP consultant, two classifications. One is functional consultants, and technical consultants. Technical consultants are like a programmers. They will write programs as per the informations and inputs provided by the functional consultants. The program language used for SAP is ABAP. Okay, ABAP is the program. It is Java based actually, but there is a separate language. This is called ABAP. ABAP for SAP technical developments and other things. But technical consultants are depending for all the inputs from functional consultants. Functional consultants, they will give all the inputs to the technical consultants. They will give how the screen should be, what are the inputs, what are the important or mandatory fields, what are the field values, how they have to validate, how the manipulation will be, how the internal algorithm should be. All these informations we have to give. Functional consultants, they have to give to the technical people, and technical consultants will create the reports, they will design the reports, and we have to test that one, and we have to test with different fields, values. Okay, These things are the role of functional consultants. Okay.
Okay, so a functional consultant would be required in a support project also. Like suppose a new requirement
Yes.
comes for a project.
Yes. Yes. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Actually, based on the project, based on the volume of the project, based on the criticality of the project, in actually in same project, for example, PP. Sometimes 2, 3 PP consultants will be there. One senior, one junior consultants. Okay, and some projects they will have only one consultant who can manage the entire project for PP, for example. And some projects, if it is a very big project, sometimes 4, 5 people will be there in a team. Okay, these things are based on the volume and criticality of the projects. But if you take support project also, if the tickets are more, if the issues are more, sometimes 1 or 2 people will be there, or 1 people will be there. Depends on the volume, all depends on the project. But support project also need functional consultant. Each and every model will have a consultant for support project as well, and technical people will be there. uh, Actually it will be in less in numbers, technical consultants, because the in support projects, if new requirement comes, then only we have to do some reports development and other stuff. But in implementation project is very much mandatory.
Okay.
Clear?
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
still,
Sanjay, do you have any questions, Sanjay?
yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Right. These functional consultants are the one who gather the requirements and do the algorithms and the logics and then finalize, right?
Mm. Yeah,
Is and okay, the technical guys are the one who do the programming. Is that right?
correct.
The
Technical people will create the reports based on the logic explained by the functional consultants.
okay. Then
Okay.
what is the language you say that? Is that
ABAP, yeah, ABAP, ABAP. ABAP is the language used by the technical consultants to create all these programs and reports.
then HANA also same, no? The like ECC.
Sorry,
What is the
Sanjay?
difference? What is the difference between HANA and ECC? ECC or
Yeah, actually, yes. I think I explained this in the demo. Actually, SAP is a ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning
yeah,
solutions. Okay, one of the tool in ERP. SAP, uh, it is like a version upgrade. They have started in the 2 tier and 3 tier, 4.6, 4.7 ECC. Now S4 HANA. S4 HANA is based on the database, HANA database. ECC, um, enterprise, this one, now it is moved into a HANA database, S4 HANA database. And then earlier I told in the demo, earlier we are having uh, APO is a separate box. Advanced planning and optimization is a separate box altogether. It was having demand planning, DP, SNP, supply network planning, production planning and detailed scheduling, PPDS, okay, and GATP, that is available to promise. Okay, these things are there in APO as a separate box, separate system. I mean, we will have a separate login, password, and other things. But now, because each and every company they have to upgrade themselves to retain in the market, correct? In this way, S4 HANA is with the solution of embedded PPDS, that is PPDS, production planning and detailed scheduling, is very much close to the execution system. Earlier ECC is the execution system and APO is a planning system. Now they merged this EPPD, that is PPDS, production planning and detailed scheduling, with the S4, which is called as EPPDS, embedded PPDS. And remaining models like demand planning and this SNP, these things are now somehow I mean tuned into IBP. IBP is integrated business planning. It is in the cloud now because all are in internet based, correct? All the planning, other things are there in internet based. So they have upgraded with new version of planning systems, IBP, integrated business planning, which is having inventory management, the supply planning, all these things are there in IBP. IBP is a separate, planning tool for demand management, demand planning, forecast planning.
Okay.
Okay, Sanjay?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. So these are some basics about SAP and the projects. And as I told, in the implementation projects, we will have different landscape, different systems. Okay, first of all, we will have one system where we can learn theoretically how the system, what are the transactions, what are the screens and other things to learn, which is called a sandbox. Sandbox. Okay, sandbox, which is a playing system. You can imagine like a playing system. You can do whatever you want. There is no right, no wrong, nothing. If you want to learn new things, you can play around that system, which is called sandbox. Okay, and when it is coming to the real projects, then we will have three layer setup. One is development system, development system. Another one is quality system. Another one is production system. Okay, development system is nothing but it will not have huge data, but you can design, as I told, you can design your skeleton in that development system. And quality system is it is like a pre-production. It is more or less like production with real data, but not 100%, but up to 60-70% it will be similar to quality. Okay, process, because it is a pre-production, so it will look like production data, but it is also not 100% correct. And third is a production system. Production system is a original system where business will day-to-day activities and other things will be performed in production system. Okay, Manish and Sanjay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you four systems you have to remember. One is sandbox, another one is development, another
Development,
one is quality, another one is production. These
production.
are the
Yeah.
four systems. Okay, this is called a system landscape.
Okay.
Okay, understand? Okay, so these are the fundamentals. Fundamentals, all are fundamentals. Okay, so you have to know what is the transaction for each activity you want to perform. So you have to remember the transaction code, and all the data are stored in tables. Okay, so in SAP the data will be stored in table. So you have to remember some important tables where you are interacting much tables. Okay, so tables, transaction codes, and if you want to do some configurations, or if you want to check some transactions, this is called as menu path. Menu path. Okay, for example, if I want to if do if you want to check which, for example, production, correct? This is I have to go one by one folders, correct? I have to go enterprise structure, I have to go definition, I have to go for example logistics general, I have to go production. So you have to drill down, you have to expand that, you have to drill down that tree structure. Okay, so you are going one after other to find your particular menu or particular folder. This is called menu path. menu path. So why I am explaining these things are, you have to understand the SAP words. You have to understand the SAP languages when you are interacting with the other people. So these things you have to understand, and you have to know what is the transaction code, what is the menu path I can find that transaction. These things are SAP terminologies. Okay.
We have to remember the paths also, no? The menu path also.
Yeah. Yes, yes. You have to remember the path. Actually, this is in SPRO configurations. It is very difficult to remember the this one where exactly. But if you are using regularly, then you can easily find out. You can find it out where it is.
All right. All right.
So this is SPRO. And
And for the
any question?
exam or certification, do we need to remember all this?
No. Certifications, they won't ask where it is coming, what is the transaction for that. These type of things will not be there in the certifications. But when you
Okay.
are working in projects, you have to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Any questions, Manish, Sanjay, both?
No, nothing from my side.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So now I will start. I will start from the enterprise structure for PP model. Okay. So PP, we have to design our plant, and we have to design our storage locations. There are two things. One is definition, another one is assignment. Uh, Actually, you know what is the meaning of hierarchy? Hierarchy. For example, if you are working in a company, if you are working in a team, who will be the topmost in the hierarchy? In a factory or in a company, if you just you remember one company, who will be in the topmost in the hierarchy?
A company, it would be a CEO.
A CEO, correct. Company CEO will be the topmost in the hierarchy, and then
Yeah.
Then the
Uh,
director board.
yes, then for example, if you are working in a department, then that manager will be there, supervisor will be there.
supervisor. Yeah.
Yeah, engineer will be there, supervisor will be there, laborers will be there. So different hierarchy levels are there, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. So, for example, if you are working in a production company, and a labor will report to a supervisor, and supervisor will
Yes.
report to the engineer. Engineer will report to the manager. Manager will report to the department heads. Correct. And
Yes.
then the CEO. Okay. So this is there in the reporting structure from lower to upper level. Okay. So this is called as enterprise structure. In SAP, we have to define the levels, and assignment is nothing but lower to upper. For example, labor to supervisor, supervisor to engineer, engineer to manager, manager to heads, and from head to CEO or MD. This is called assignment. So there are two things you have to perform. One is definition, another one is assignment. Definition is like it is like islands, just simply defining that one. Assignment is mapping that one, creating the link or chain. So enterprise structure, you have to perform two things. One is definition, another one is assignment. Clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So from production point of view, you have to create mainly two enterprise elements. This is called enterprise elements. One is plant, another one is storage location. plant and storage location. But in general, if you click on the definition, we are having, as I told, different departments: finance department, costing department, logistics general. Logistics general is nothing but for example, production department and other stuff. Another one is sales department. Okay, materials management is nothing but purchase department. Logistics execution is nothing but that warehouse. Okay, godowns and warehouses, correct, where we are keeping all our products, raw materials and things, warehouse. So the logistic execution, plant maintenance, this is HR department. So these are called different departments. They will have their own enterprises elements. And if you click on the finance accounting, that is finance company, because this is the highest in the hierarchy. CEO, correct, as you told, CEO, company, controlling area, company code. So there are levels. Based on the levels, we have to define that one. If you go to controlling, then controlling area. If you click on the enterprise logistics general plant, if you click on the material management, we are having purchase organizations. If you click on the sales, then we are having sales organization, distribution channel, sales office. Okay, so different elements are there. We have to define those elements in this step. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. And then once this is just simply definition. Another, this is called assignment. This is important. For example, we have to link that company code to company code to controlling area. And if you say controlling company code to controlling area, and logistics plant to company code. So there are, in assignment, we are just connecting that element to higher element, just connecting to the element to the higher element. If you take a classroom, first step, we are defining the classes, first grade, second grade, third grade, and who is the class teacher of that first grade, second grade. Okay, and then students, just simply defining the students. And the assignment, we are creating that element and assigning who is the class teacher for this student, and who is the headmaster, and connecting this teachers to the headmaster. Just you can imagine what I am trying to say. So this assignment is important part, which is connecting that elements based on the hierarchy levels. Understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
So these two things are important. One is definition, another one is assignment. So from PP point of view, production planning point of view, I am very much focused into the plant. So my responsibility is to create a plant. I can define the plant here. For example, I can create a plant, and if you go to the plant, when we are creating the plant, we can, in SAP, this is stored in tables, correct? I told you, in tables. And in a plant, it is like a alphanumeric with four digit code. Usually, for example, you take Tata Motors, for example. You cannot create one plant with Tata Motors like this, but you have to create with a number, 121212. I mean 121212. That means 4 digits. You can create plant with a 4-digit code. Okay, and then you can give the description. Tata Motors. Okay, so this is that. And then here there are some input values, which address it is, what is the street, what is the postal code. These informations you can give. When we are creating a company, you have to give the basic informations about the company or plant. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. And then here, this is important. Factory calendar. Factory calendar. Factory calendar is a input required for creating a plant. So before creating a plant, you have to create a factory calendar. Factory calendar. So after creating the factory calendar, you can create a plant and you have to assign that factory calendar to the plant. You have to assign the factory calendar to the plant. Clear? So now factory calendar. What is the transaction code for factory calendar? You have to remember that one /o. And just one more information. In SAP, I told you everything is stored in transaction code. Transaction code. So this is called screen. Screen. If you want to go to another screen, other screen, if you want to keep this screen, and if you want to go to other screen, you have to put /o. /o is nothing but other screen. Other screen. And if you want to replace the screen with a new one, that is, this screen will be replaced with the other screen, then you have to put /n. /n you can imagine like a new screen, and /o you can imagine like a other screen. If you press if you put /o, then the screen where you are seeing, it will be there, one more screen will open. Okay, but if you want to replace the screen, then you can put /n. This is one important information you have to understand, some basic information. Okay. Okay, so just I will keep this screen and I will open another screen, so I will put /o, and the transaction code for calendar is SCAL. SCAL. This is calendar, correct? So SCAL. SCAL is the transaction. Yeah, SAP calendar. SCAL is nothing but SAP calendar. So SAP calendar. SCAL. So if you press enter, it will open another screen for SAP calendar. Okay. If okay, SAP calendar. When we are working in an office or when we are working in a company, for example, every year, December 25th or 26th or January, every year we will get a calendar, which is called as holiday calendar. Every year we will get a holiday calendar, correct? End of December, we will get how many days for the new year, how many days we will have holidays. Usually January 1, new year. Okay. And we will have some calendars for a date. For example, Gandhi Jayanti. If in India, we will have Gandhi Jayanti. Okay. We will have some declared holidays every year, 12 to 14 days every year we will have holidays, correct? Apart from this Saturday Sunday, we will have some extra holidays, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that is called holiday calendar. Another one is, so if we okay, in 365 days in a year, if you remove Saturday Sunday, okay, 104 days, 52, 104 days gone. So we are having remaining 360, for example, 261 days. So in this 261 days also, we will have some holidays provided by the company itself, 15 days approximately for a year. Okay. Okay. In addition to that, we will take leave, personal leave, sick leave, casual leave. That is a separate story. But this 15 days, company is providing holidays to you apart from this Saturday Sunday. So this 15 days holiday list will be published every year. This holiday list is called holiday calendar in SAP. Okay, correct?
Yeah.
So there are 3 steps involved in SAP calendar design. Usually PP consultant will be responsible for this holiday. Will be responsible for this factory calendar, SAP calendar. There are 3 things you have to perform in this one. 3 steps. One is definition of public holidays. For example, SAP will not know. SAP is a global system, correct? SAP will not know what are the holidays in our region. For example, in India, in each and every state will have its their own holidays, correct?
Yes.
Own holidays. Dasara will be there, Diwali will be there, Sankranti will be there, some northeast states, different holidays will be there. So SAP, they cannot globalize all this holiday list for all individual, because it's a global system. So they have given this as our task. Okay, this is the thing. You can define your own holidays, because we cannot create all the holidays. It will be in thousands, it will be in lakhs. If you take all over the world, definitely it will be in thousands, correct? So
Yes.
we have to define our own holidays, which is called as public holidays. You can create this holiday by giving which month, which date, whether this is changing every year. For example, Gandhi Jayanti is always October 2nd, always, every year. But at the same time, if you take some other holidays, if you take, for example, Dasara holiday will change every year, correct? We cannot fix that
Yes.
date. Yeah. So there are 2 type of holidays. One is fixed holiday, another one is variable holiday. That is the date, whether the date is fixed or whether the date will change every year. This year 10th will be holiday, next year 12th will be holiday, next year 8th will be holiday, for the same function, for same occasion, correct?
Yes.
This is called variable holiday. So we have to define the holiday, name of the holiday, date of the holiday, all other thing, month of the holiday, we have to define that. And first step. Second step, holiday calendar. By grouping the holidays, what you have defined, you have to create one holiday calendar, where for example, the company is publishing the holiday calendar end of December, correct? With 14 15 days, you are receiving one email saying that these are the holiday list for coming new year, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that is called holiday calendar. And the third step is factory calendar. Factory calendar is nothing but, this is okay, this is for our factory, whether the factory or machines will run Saturday Sunday, or whether it will run 5 days working, or whether this is working for a whole 7 days. Some factory will work non-stop 365 days, 24 bar 7, correct?
Yes.
For example, if
Yeah.
you take some cement factory, every day they cannot switch off, switch on, right? It is a continuous process.
Mm.
They will have some
Yeah.
yearly maintenance. Only for those period it will not run, otherwise it will run daily. If you take reactors, if you take some boilers, it will run daily. You cannot it is not like a small machine. Whenever required you can on, or then you can off. You cannot do that, right? So some factories will work 365 days. Some factory will work only 5 days, Saturday Sunday. Some factories they will work only 4 days. Some factories will work 6 days. All the things based on the business. correct? You have to define that in the factory calendar, whether they want to work on Saturday Sundays, whether they will work only 5 days. All the things are there in this one. So 3 steps. One is public holiday definition, and second step, you have to group that and create a holiday calendar, and third step, factory calendar. You have to you have to input that holiday calendar, and you have to mention whether this is 5 days or 6 days or 7 days or clear.
Yes.
Okay, so public holiday, you have to define. I told you, correct? Just I will show one thing. I will show one holiday. For example, if you go to May Day, May Day, May Day, May Day. When will be the May Day every year?
Yes, first May.
First May. So every year it will be 1st May. It will not change. This year
Yes.
1st May, next year 5th May, nothing like that. Every year it is a 1st May. So whether this is variable or fixed?
Yes, fixed.
Fixed. So if you click on that and definition of that, you can define this is, you see here, this is a fixed date, and it is a fixed date, and 1st of May. For fixed date, there is no need to mention the year, correct na?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for a variable holiday, you have to mention the year, because this year on this date, but next year it may be in another date, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. For example, just I will take one exception. Maybe I will go. This is also Boxing Day. This is also different. This is a test system. Just
I think you can take Good Friday was there.
Diwali. Diwali is a
Yeah.
floating holiday, variable, floating,
Okay.
right? Diwali,
Yes.
because Diwali, we cannot tell which date exactly every year. It will change year to year. So this is called floating. Okay, understand?
Yep.
Yeah. And
So
if you
how
go to
this
the
just Suresh, one question. So how this will fetch that like in this year on
I
which
will,
date
yeah,
Diwali will?
no, we have to give the input. I will create one calendar for you, but now I am explaining what is there inside. I will show you. I will create for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Suresh, these,
Sanjay.
yeah, Suresh, yeah,
Yeah.
these the floating holidays will be defined on public holidays calendar or holiday calendar. Is that restriction
This
as
is
such or no?
one is public, only one calendar. One is holiday calendar. Another one is factory calendar. But first step
Okay,
is public holidays. There is no public holiday calendar. Public holidays, and second step is holiday calendar, and third step is factory calendar. There is no public
then
holiday calendar.
okay, understood. And here then in the public holidays we can define as date or floating public holiday, right?
Yes, you have to define what is the name of the holiday, when, what is the date of the holiday, what is the month of the holiday, whether it will be fixed for all years or it will change every year. All the things you have to define. You have to
Okay,
create that. Understand?
yeah, clear, yeah.
And yeah, and then you have to group them and create a holiday calendar. If you go to that holiday calendar, for example, just I will take one holiday, for example, Peru, for just to show you.
if you go to Peru, you have to give a two-digit name, two digit to the calendar and description of that one. You have to give the validity from which date to which date this is valid, and you can extend this. You can change this value. For example, this is up to 2050. If you are working in 2098, I mean 2048, then in future only 2 days available, correct? Then you can extend that. You can extend that 2 year validity of the year. You can extend. So roughly, all the factories, they will create a holiday calendar or factory calendar with, I mean, 30 to 40 years, 50 years validity. Okay, they will not create 2000 to 3000. They will not create 2000 to 5000 year. There should be some logic, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Usually we will not create a holiday calendar or factory calendar valid from year 2000, valid to year 5000, because it is not realistic, correct? We cannot run a factory for 3000 years. So usually, logically, it will be 30 to 40 years valid period. If you want, you can extend that, no problem. So this is the first step. You have to give the validity, and then you have to assign the public holidays. This is important. You have to assign the public. First step, you are creating the holidays. Then now you are assigning that. Okay. For example, New Year Day is there. You see here. Mount Reed Thursday. I will create one calendar for you just to understand now. Okay, you see, just Good Friday, May Day, many things you can assign. First step, you have to define, then you can assign this in the second step. And third step is the factory calendar. Factory calendar. Factory calendar. You have to inform the factory calendar which holiday. For example, I will take India. Which holiday calendar you first step, you are creating holiday calendar, correct? And now you have to include that holiday calendar and valid from valid to year. And then here is the definition of work days, whether you want to work all the days including the holiday calendar. First step, you have defined the holidays, but whether you want to work or you want to give leave on the holidays. So you have to define 5 days or 6 days or 7 days in the work day, and whether you want to work in holiday also, like overtime. Overtime we are working, correct? In a factory, we will work on overtimes. Saturday, Sunday is a holiday, but due to some business need, we are going and working on Saturday, Sunday also. So these type of things you have to define that. So factory calendar, date, validity date, and which holiday calendar you are assigning that, and what are the working days, 5 days or 7 days. Clear?
Yes. Just one thing, like if we have defined the holiday calendar, okay,
Mm,
suppose for India with the
mm,
IDIN, and
mm.
in factory calendar, if we just provide the ID, will it fetch like all the values from there,
Yeah,
like
here
these
you
values
have to assign. Yeah,
valid
yeah,
from here?
automatically. Yeah, automatically. Yeah,
Okay,
automatic. No, valid from valid to, you have to give uh, holiday calendar separate input and the factory calendar separate input. But
okay,
once you give once you assign the holiday calendar, automatically it will fetch the holidays what you have defined in that. You, the first step, you would already assign that holiday list to that holiday calendar, correct?
okay, yeah,
So just you can include, you can assign that to the factory calendar. Automatically all the holidays assigned to the holiday calendar will be automatically fetched.
okay. And what is the format of this factory date start? Is it month and year?
This is, yeah, this is like, for example, I will show you. you go to the calendar, for example, if you click on 2024, it will be like that. So the underline red line is there, correct?
Yeah.
These things are you can take it as a non-working day. Different color
Okay.
code is there. For example, 25th December, Christmas is a non-working day. This is a holiday. So the definition, the definition we are giving 5 days, correct? 5 days working day.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Saturday, Sunday is a holiday, and a public holiday. What we are defining in the holiday calendar is also a holiday, correct? So
Yes.
if you go to this and go to the calendar and 2024, you can see all the Saturday, Sundays are holidays, and in addition to that, as per our holiday calendar, these things are also coming as a holiday. It is a non-working day. August 15th, Independence Day. Correct? So, understand May Day.
Yeah.
So Saturday, Sunday is also non-working day. This holiday is also non-working day.
Okay. So today's date will be highlighted by red as 20th May was, I think.
No. All the holidays will be highlighted.
I think today's date, if you go in May, yeah. So 20th May is also highlighted
This
in
is
red.
box. This is
Okay.
box. As per the holiday, this is just simply showing. Just highlighted. Exactly. Just highlighted.
Okay.
The cursor will be there.
Okay.
I will create one holiday calendar and factory calendar tomorrow, so that you can understand how we are creating that.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions, Sanjay?
Yeah. No, Suresh. No. Yeah. Clear.
Okay. Fine. Super.
We'll do
Manish?
it.
No question from my side.
Okay, then fine. Super. Then thank you very much. Today session I'm concluding that tomorrow we will continue, and we will create one holiday calendar tomorrow.
Just
All
Suresh,
right.
one more thing. Like when we will get the server access, like to practice.
You will get connect with Naveen. He will provide
Okay.
that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Then have a nice evening. Bye.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
Same to
Thank
you.
you, Suresh.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.